Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's an old-school battle in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. The Eagles and the Steelers are underway. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they
Where you lay down? About to put this man in the bag real quick. About to put this man in the bag real quick.
Up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
On third down, Roethlisberger. This one complete, right side to McDonald. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Being chased out left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Go lay down, buddy.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And they get this down only to about the 46. Tackle made there by Cody Sensabaugh.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a third down and 8. On play action, Wentz. Aguilar has it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big gain of 31 on third down.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket, completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
You've been making that declaration for a while, and at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77, so not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time for a quarterback. He and Andrew Luck, similar physiques, similar athletic ability.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Trey 15, Trey 15. Trey 15, Trey 15.
Shotgun now for Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So that last penalty making this third down much more manageable. Third down, 4 yards to go.
Trey 15, Trey 15.
Now Wentz again. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey from 8 yards out. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken short. Ooh, with a juke. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Football switches hands back to Pittsburgh. And speaking of the Steelers, that loss last week to Oakland did them no favors. A very surprising defeat. But they had a chance, if they had won that game, to put a little separation between them and Baltimore.
And we all expected that going in, didn't we? They were favored going to Oakland to win against a Raiders team that had won 2 games prior to that one. You knew Baltimore was going to have a struggle in Kansas City. We probably thought that they would lose, and they did in overtime. That would give them a much better cushion, but they didn't play that well. Roethlisberger hurt, came back late. James Conner doesn't play with the ankle injury. They've got to get right, though, because they've got the New England Patriots coming to town.
And then after New England, they go to New Orleans before finishing back home with Cincinnati. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
Now that's a tough throw for a right-handed quarterback, rolling out to his left and trying to get the ball to a receiver. We've seen all those drills where they try to get the shoulders square and point it towards the target downfield.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have
You're in a fucking bag!
He goes. Chris Long.
Yeah! Let's go! You're in a fucking bag.
It'll be a loss of 5.
Doesn't matter what team I have. Dudes are bums, Hunter. These dudes are bums. These dudes is bums.
Barry on the punt as he gets this one away.
These dudes is bums. These dudes is bums.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles, Charles, they had a tough loss last week against Dallas. That drops them to 6 and 7. And you and I have talked before about sort of a Super Bowl letdown season, if you will, and they certainly seem to be in the midst of that.
They certainly are. Now 6 and 7 with the overtime loss in Dallas. Obviously had to have that game. Gave up 576 yards of total offense. The 2 games back of Dallas with 3 to go.
Hunter, don't lay
So
down.
they need Dallas to collapse, and they need to win all of their games. And if you're curious, partner, take a look at this schedule. They've got to go to the Rams on a Sunday nighter, home against Houston, both playoff teams. You know neither one's going to do them any favors.
No, and then they'll finish at Washington, but you're right. It's a tough finishing slate for Philly. This is Ajayi, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Run. Grade 15. Grade 15. Look up.
Now Wentz. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And Tate's got it. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here.
Not worried about this, dude.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Ajayi. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing
Hunter
often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Smallwood. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Wentz to throw. And Jeffrey's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
They go play action here on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Boston Scott taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Black 20. Game. Hey!
Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Baby! Let's go. Hey.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Nice nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On first down, Wentz. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be second down. Now Roethlisberger down around his goal line. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And that'll make it third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. If this were hindsight as 2020 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down now, Scott, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Boston Scott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Elliott now to kick this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Black 20. Hey. Snickers, 66. AB. AB.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Dancing to his left. On the left side, it's McDonald. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
The Steelers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Roethlisberger trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Scott now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try the left side. Scott. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown.
Ah! I see the safety creeping. Bomb.
Weston Scott, 52 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone. And in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it.
I see the safety.
On his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all.
Go get
is
it.
He? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns has got him in the lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. And this one is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. And the Steelers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And incomplete on the deep ball. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. 3rd down here.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line. And they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Snickers, 66. Jack 16.
Fourth down. Here's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
Well, you know, thinking back to last week around the league, it was one, we've had some crazy weeks this year, Charles, but this was one of the crazier, maybe the craziest week that we've had. You think about the 99-yard run that sort of kicked it all off. Of course, that wild finish in Miami. I mean, we saw a bunch of interesting things.
We certainly did. How about the 3 worst teams by record in the NFL? The Jets, the Raiders, the 49ers all won on the same weekend. We had overtime in Kansas City and in Dallas. And the 2 front runners in the NFC, New Orleans got a scare in Tampa Bay, and the Rams lost in Chicago.
Yeah, crazy, crazy weekend. It figures to be a crazy finish the rest of the way in this NFL season.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. They'll run on 1st down. Scott, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch it out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Done. 120.
Wentz going to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, 63 yards. And the Eagles continue to roll. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last drive,
They were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. A CD, by the way, we have some news from the esports world. First major of the new year. The Madden Classic was held in Las Vegas during Week 14 of the NFL season. 170 players.
Yeah, did you see the money?
Over $150,000 in prize money. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown, 66 yards. And the Steelers are able to at least knock the deficit down a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Once again here on second and 10. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
82.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
A first down for the Eagles. Wentz finding the former Raven Wallace.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now, Wentz again. Being chased out left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Eagles on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Snickers, 66.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Sink that! Black 20!
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Sunday! Please! 82!
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Trey 15!
They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Daniel McCullers with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Eagles send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And now out come the Steelers. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mike Bennett coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. On second down, Roethlisberger. Throw left side complete. That's McDonald. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On first down, Wentz gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the air on second down. Wentz gonna look deep for Jeffrey. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. There's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
It must be something about the night air, because he is putting on an absolute show under the light.
Yeah, we've established anything in his vicinity, he's grabbing it. It's complete to Brown, right side. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Boswell good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they manage.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Shorty, shorty, shorty. 82, 82.
On third and long, it's Wentz. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say 24-hour cheesesteak shop. Here we come.